All right, well guys, we got a couple of beef cows with some mastitis. We just got one in the alleyway and out. Didn't film it. And we're trying to get the other one that's going kind of crazy. So I thought we'd make a little video here. Oil taters fired up this morning, guys. Here comes, who's this? Brooke. Good job, Brooke. Now we got Ruby and Panda. Panda's the one we need. She's got a little bit of mastitis going on, looks like. Here comes Ruby. Oh no, Ruby's not gonna come. Come on, Ruby. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on now. We just got Panda, so I'm gonna take position here. Try to block and record at the same time. Bring her on. Come on, Panda.
Hey. No, you get in there. You give her too much time.
Yeah, you just got to get them going. It did pretty good. All right, Panda. Come on now. Here we go.
Hey. Nope. Nope.
She tried going through the fence a couple times. I thought I was filming it, and I didn't hit record. So she's all worked up. She is a cranky old girl. But we got to get you in there and get you checked out. So calm down a minute. We'll come back. Well, guys, it got just a little too crazy. And when she calmed down, I went ahead and milked out the teat a little bit, that infection. And I just didn't have the ability to film it. So, but there she is. I'll show you what we squeezed out of her after we get her out of here. Give her a little pressure there for things. And there she goes. And everything else looked clear. I have a little bit of concern for her right rear. Had a little bit of a, I don't know. It might just be the inflammation from the other one. We're going to keep an eye on it over the next week or so if we have to repeat that and do that again. Okay, let me show you here, guys. This is where we squeezed it out. And you can see it's kind of a, I don't know, cottage cheesy looking substance. It's kind of curdly. That's the infection. And she wasn't too bad. She wasn't near as bad as Betsy. This will not be a how-to, obviously, because I didn't get a chance to, but that's what that looks like. If you're coming out like that, you need to treat them. It's pretty cheesy. Well, guys, I wish I could have showed you all that action. It just didn't work out as I was chasing a wild cow around, but she'd lifted that corner up on that fence over there. I thought she's going to bust it, but we better take a look at it. Let's take a peek at this fence before we head out of here. She hit this thing pretty hard, lifted it off the ground. It looks pretty good. Oh, busted down there a little bit. Well, I guess it's okay. Of course, that's the pig pen. And that would have been disastrous, but she hooked her head right in there, in the middle one and the top one, and then just went for a jump. My goodness, she was not happy. Now, one of the reasons that mastitis happens is, of course, when you wean the cows and their udder swells up, and it might even start leaking out of the teat, which in this case is probably what happened. And because we have to dry lot them in the wintertime, and of course right now you can see it's not dry lot, it's very much wet with all the snow and rain we've been having. So either way you look at it, though, it's a dry lot, a corral system, and they lay down, and if there's any bacteria in the ground, that bacteria could get into the teat through because it's seeping, so it's open, in other words. And so these guys are just over 30 days. I mean, they're 36 days, something like that, 37 days weaned off their calves. And so they're dry calves, but the weaning happened in here. I'm guessing what happened is they were leaking for a night or two and had a little bacteria introduced, and I kind of caught it, and it seems like I caught it in time. It wasn't too bad, especially Panda. It was still, it was cheesy like I showed you, not too bad. Now, where is Betsy? There's Betsy. So let's see, it was Betsy's right rear, and it was Panda's right front. And Betsy had a little bit more of a lump in her, so it was a little bit harder, a little bit more advanced. I think it was about yay big or so. So good size though for a beef cow, I think. But we milked off as much of that sludge or that cheese as we could. Cleaned her up, introduced some of the medicine in there. And I think they're going to be fine. I think we caught it in time. I think they'll work their way out of it, and they'll still have a working quarter, and that's the most important thing. I need to get me that GoPro and put a head mount thing on me so I can do more videos when I'm in there doctoring these animals. But, you know, it is what it is. I think I do have one back from Ivy when she had it, where I got a pretty good video of how to treat that. You might want to go check that out. I'll try to link it down below in the description if I can find it. But she had it at one point too, so we may check her next week. But her teats aren't looking swollen. Her bag, of course, she's an older dairy cow, so she's got that big bag, but her teats don't look swollen that I can tell. Oh, yeah, not too bad. Her right ones are always bigger, but see, this left front quarter is dead on her, and that's why you don't see much there. We got somebody rubbing here. Anyways, we'll keep an eye on all of them. Well, guys, we went ahead and decided that we're going to pull in a couple of these cows tomorrow if the weather's good, and it should be. I just want to check their udders, check their teats. There's a couple more I'd like to check. If they're starting to have any, I want to get them treated as soon as possible. Ivy and Big Mama, which we just talked about, I want to get them in there, and we'll just kind of look through them all and just make sure we can treat that if we need to. It's been a sloppy, dry, wet, back and forth fall and winter here, and not the best conditions to be living in a dry lot. And unfortunately, that's where we are right now. Of course, summertime, they have pasture, that nice green pasture to roam around on. And you guys know the story if you've been with me for a long time. In the wintertime, they come in our corral system because we have a certain kind of weed. Out in that field out there is actually our field, but we have a weed that grows here in abundance that will kill cattle. And that's always been the issue here. So we planted some dry grass seed this fall, and we're hoping that that's going to grow mightily and overtake that weed, and hopefully maybe next winter our cows will get to pasture in the entire field. That's the hope. We're really hoping we have a good spring and it grows like crazy, because this will no longer be an issue. But in the meantime, this works. We just have a extra dirty ear this year, and I need to come back in here and clean it up. We've been cleaning it up pretty regularly. But when you're weaning them off in here, like right now, nobody's going to catch it because their teats are shut off. If they don't have it already, it's not going to happen. It's not a worry. They can lay right in the mud, but they're going to have a plug, so to speak. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to check them all. That's just what you got to do sometimes. We're ready to move on from this dry lot. I'd like to have winter pasture for the cows, and maybe we can have a little bit better time. As it is right now, this is what we have to do. And occasionally we got to treat somebody for something. And but we got it in plenty of time. It should be fine. I'm chasing these chickens around. Blue's hopping around. It's a beautiful day. Look out across at that sky. Man, it's beautiful. Hard to complain on a January morning like today. I should say it's almost lunchtime. Anyways, thanks for coming along. Catch you next time. Have a good one.